Okay, so we're going to start today with a little stretch for your sidelines. So with this, you're going to come sit with one hip on your yoga block. So you can grab one. I know we normally don't have them, but I was taught this is something that you can use to help release tension in the sacrum and the SI joints. And so what you'll be doing is having a seat with one glute on and the other one off. And both legs extend forward. And so prop yourself up sort of on your fist. So I have one butt cheek off the block and one on. Good. And then from here, you're just going to lower one hip bone down, the one that's free to go down. And then pull it up using your abdominals, your obliques in particular. And then reaching down with the hip. And then pulling up with the hip bone to go down again. So you feel that stretch in like the lower part of your sideline, like it's really from your rib cage down towards your sits bone. And then pull it up and you end up using abdominal muscles, use your psoas muscle, use the muscle on the back behind the psoas called the quadratus lumborum, which is from the top of your pelvic girdle to the base of the rib cage. So we're getting all of that to sink and then lift. And I think it's probably easier if you could take one knee out to the side and down. You could probably go down with the hip and then side bend over. And then pull the hip up and come back. Normally I do this one sitting on a chair or stool and just going off the side of the chair seat. So you lower the hip and you side bend over away from it. And lift the arm, lift the head, and the sits bone comes up and the arm can go down. So just a couple more here. And then coming upright, and one last time. And then we'll bring that leg out of here, lift up, come off of the block, and then see if you feel a difference in how you're sitting on the ground and a difference in the length of your waist. Yes, good. We're going to the other side. You can boost up. Oh, sorry, that was the same side for me. That's my tight side, so I probably wanted to do it again. All right. Just be sure you feel that one sits bone firmly on the yoga block. And then we're just starting to drop down and lift up. This is also really good training for your pelvic floor because you get to stretch one half and then you get to work it as you come up. So you want both of these things for the pelvic floor, flexibility and strength, just like every other muscle in our body. So reach down here. Your head will probably want to side bend away from that dip. And you might just think about which side maybe felt easier to do. Because if you're doing this on your own, and again, you could do it sitting on a chair and just go over to the side, just don't fall off the chair, please. Not so bad if you fall off this. Okay, and now we're taking this and going over to the side. Oh, and I think probably easier here, if that works for your knee. And then we'll go over, dipping down and side bend away. Come upright. Drop the sits bone down, reach away here, and then pull up. You get a little press of the hand to help you rise. I learned this with my studies with Eric Franklin for the Franklin method. And it was specifically to help with lengthening through your psoas and that QL muscle in the back. Because a lot of people have like two pelvic halves that are uneven. And this is a good way to figure out how you're going to even them out. So you would just do the tighter side, the looser side, the tighter side again. Or just more on your tighter side to balance out your body. We'll do one more here. And then come on up and unwind your legs, and then we can slide on off of this. Good, and then take a moment just to see if you feel like we're grounded for your sits bones. You're probably more aware of them, and that's perfect. All right, So now let's take the roller across your mat. And we'll do a little bit of release here through the shoulders. In case any of you were shoveling snow yesterday. And even if you weren't, you might have been stressed. So, all right, so if you have a hood, gather it up. If you have long hair, gather it up. And we're just gonna stand into the feet, lift the butt up, and then start walking forward and back with your feet. Slide the hips forward, reaching the knees to the far wall, and then roll away. Pull it up. Oh, I think I do have a hood after all. I reached for it, only found the high collar, so I forgot. So as you go back and forth, you can either keep the body in more of a plank, which is a little easier for the body. You'll get more release if when you bring the knees forward, you boost the hips up and hang your head down low. During extension of the spine, the elbows wide. And then as you push away from your feet, you can curl up, upright curl, and pull the elbows together and down towards your navel. The hips sink a little bit there. So you can either just keep your body flat like it's on a conveyor belt, or you can do extension as the roller is under the upper shoulders, not on the neck, and flexion when the roller is at the base of the rib cage. Good. Couple back and forth here. Lift the hips high as you drop your head low, and then reverse. Just get that nice deep tissue massage. And then if the roller has come away from you, which you probably did with the push through your quads, we're going to come over to one side and go up and down on the lateral blade. This is right on your left. You're just going 5 to 7 inches along the edge of that bone there. Yeah. And then we'll twist to the other side. If it's difficult for you to keep your hips up like this, you could always have your hips down and just rotate from one side to the other. And then we'll come back to center. And now just twist a little over to the first side so that the weight is about 2 inches from your spine, tilted to your right, most of you. And then pull the hips forward, drop the head, and see if you can find the upper inner edge of that scapula here on that side of your body. So if you can get to it, you're still, again, you're not on your neck, but you're finding the attachment point to the levator scapular muscle. And that's often a place where we hold a lot of tension in our bodies. And then we're going to shift just a little bit, a couple of inches to the other side of the spine. And again, drop the head, lift the hips high, and see if you can find the medial edge of that shoulder blade and massage that point out. And then you can come center and lower the hips down. All right, come up to sitting, and we'll take this sideways under our legs. Feel a little bit of release here through the sacrum and the hips. So lay down. Push the hips up, slide the roller under you across the sacrum. And here, let's fold both feet into your chest one at a time. Hold the roller steady, pulling it towards your torso. And then we can just bring the knees to one side, head tips in the other direction. Go as far as you can with that rotation, what could be the shoulder blade grounded. Exhale, come back to center, and then to the other side. So you can let the knees fall, and turn your head away, get some rotation through your neck, and openness through your chest by keeping the shoulder blade grounded. Come up and back to center again. And remember, we have the option of using either the knees to swing the legs and the hips over, or we can think about picking up the hip bone crest and bringing it across the body. So you're working more into the oblique abdominals and getting more of a core workout through your torso. So if the knees are over to your left, you pull the left hip bone up and draw it in an arc across the room. Keep moving that hip bone in order to bring the legs to the opposite side. And then we would pull the right hip bone up to bring the knees from the right to the left. Let's come back to center. And here, lift the feet up in the air. We're just going into your bicycle. So the right leg reaches forward and long. Try to touch the floor, slide the foot in as the other one is extending out. The legs tracking about 4 inches apart, in each in their own lane. It's a soft landing through the foot and a slide and glide in. And then we'll reverse and back pedal. The toe touches down as close to the roller as you can, and then skate it forward. Scoop the air up and toss it over your shoulder with the top of your foot. And keep finding that reach out through the big toe and the ball of the big toe to keep working into those inner thigh muscles. And then we'll bring both legs up to the top and fold the knees into your chest. Lower your feet as you exhale. All right, just to stretch the whole front line of your body. The right leg goes forward. If it's too much for your back, you would pull the left knee into your chest. Otherwise, foot stays grounded. And then you can take the right arm back. If your chest is tight again, you can take the arm a little laterally away from your ear. Find the spot that works for you, and then just breathe into the stretch. Inhale to fill the length. Exhale to let the body sink towards the ground, the weight of gravity pulling the weight of your body towards the floor. And one more nice deep slow breath in, and pay it out. Let's pull the foot back and the arm back, and we'll do the left side. Left leg forward, again, directly in front of the hip. The left arm goes back, opening up the chest, feel the pull into the pecs. And the back of the hand can rest on the ground. Chances are good you're full stretch across the top of the hip crest and down into the top of the thigh. Watch that the other knee doesn't flop out to the side. Keep that inner thigh engaged. And the inner edge of the foot pressing into the floor. Then if it works for you, you slide both legs forward, both arms back. Bigger stretch. Maybe the knees are bent. Maybe you don't bring the arms back. Maybe you repeat one of the earlier positions. Find what works for you right now. And then let's bring the arms forward, slide one foot in, pull it towards your chest, pull the other knee in, pull it towards your chest. And then we lower the feet, lift the hips, and come on. Right. And then coming up to sitting, we're rolling back for hands. So you can slide the hands along your legs, or you can just reach the arms forward. Also welcome to use a TheraBand around your feet with the feet flex. So we look down, we curve the tail up and roll the spine into the mat, inch by inch, one vertebra after the next. Imprint your waist down by lifting the tail. Stop at the base of the ribs and pull the legs in, extend the legs up, start pumping the arms, inhaling and exhaling. You tuck the chin into your chest. You're looking at your abs. And if you find that your head is kind of parallel to the ground, you may want to take one hand behind your head and pump with the other hand. You might even take the ball between the shoulder blades or under the head for some release there. Don't want you to feel it in your throat, I want you to feel it in your abs. You will feel a little bit of work in the throat, but that should be just a moderate amount. Reach the back of the head up and tuck your chin down with down your nose into the abdominals. Press the legs together for a little more firming up through the inner legs. You can always pull the knees in. You can also always take the legs a little lower from a load into the abdominal wall. Just be sure your back isn't arching. One more breath. And fold it in. Lay your head down and turn your head easy from one side to the other. All right. We can come forward, lifting one leg up to the ceiling, hold on to the other leg, hands behind the thigh, and lift your head, pull up, and come up to sitting for your roll downs. So here, again, you can use the TheraBand around your feet. If you have Because it's new to you and your feet are lifting, when you go back, you should maybe take ankle weights over the top of your shins and ankles. We can sit up tall on the sits bones. We just felt them sitting on the block earlier, and try to be expansive across the chest. Arms move forward, and now we look down, we tuck, we pull the waist back. We sit behind the sits bones and go down inch by inch, just the way we started the roll back into our hundreds earlier. Take your time and imprint every inch of your spine. Be sure you round it, that it's not flat as you go down. And we're going all the way down, the arms can reach up and behind you. Start to lift the arms, the head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale, come up, suck the waist back as soon as you can. Curve the spine around and over the front of the body, and you dive forward. Let the head hang low and feel the stretch into the back of your legs. Legs are tight together as if they were one. And now we can stack the spine bottom to top like you're lifting up a wall. Come up and perch on your sits bones, the arms parallel to the ground. Look down, tuck, and work your way down. The tail moves forward, and then it draws a line up the wall in front of you, like it's a paintbrush painting the wall from the bottom to the top. Come up with the tail until you're down at the ribs and flat on the tail. Bring the arms behind you if they're going free. And then we lift the arms, start to anchor through the shoulder blades, lift head, neck, and chest. Exhale before you pick up the ribs. Suck the waist back so that you're really working the upper abdominals as well as the hip flexors, and pounce over your legs, stretch the back, lengthening out through your heels will give you more stretch into the back of your legs. And one more time, rolling back. We can come upright, arms higher if you wish. This is more load. So if you start to lose control from your abs as you release your body down, you would want to lower the arms to a place where you have control of the movement, right? So the arms may want to lower as you go back, so you don't collapse when you work. And then we bring the arms all the way back here. You want it open, keep the ribs rounded, and then lift again. Remember, use your exhale before you lift the load of your ribcage up. Keep exhaling, 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 if you can, all the way over the length of your legs. And then we'll stack the spine up, coming upright. And then we're going to roll back again. Be sure your TheraBand's near you, so that when we go back, we'll do the single leg circles with the band. Pelvic tuck initiates the movement. You roll behind your sits bones onto the glutes. And then work down your spine. Every inch matters. Try to press it down, one vertebra at a time. Come into the ground, and then stretch the arms open and wide around. Grab hold of your TheraBand here. And then take the band across the sole of the right foot, at the ball of the foot, and part of the arch. All right, and then once you get the leg up, bring it back as high as you can. I'd like to have that leg vertical. If your hamstrings are tight, that will mean that your knee will be bent slightly, otherwise straighten it. And then here, heel ball toe, point the foot, and then come back toe ball heel, flexing the foot and ankle. So just a couple of these to work through the back line of your leg. You'll feel that when the heel rises and you drop down through the sits bone, you get more stretch to the back line, and you may need to bring the leg a little closer to your chest if you are looser in the back line of your leg. Anyway, so the elbows are forward and down by your waist, self point with your foot, and we circle and heavily. Goes across the body to the left, and then it goes low. Exhale, rotate to bring it out to the right, holding the left side grounded. Come up to the sky and reach again. Push forward into the band while you're moving your leg, and then press down through the upper arm and the elbow. So you reach, the right hip is heavy as the leg moves left, and the left side of the body drops deep into an imaginary ditch here. On the floor, as the leg goes to the right, we'll do a couple more. Breathe through it, a short inhale, and then a long exhale. Try to see if you can exhale long enough to feel the contraction of the abs at the end of the movement. So the inhale might last a quarter of the circle, and an exhale 3/4. Slow it down if you feel like you have too much air in your lungs. You want to empty the lungs at the top. And let's reverse. Out to the right, left side presses into the ground. Reach long with that left leg. Sweep the right leg out around and then up to the sky. You want the shortest inhale possible and then the longest exhale possible without running out of air at the top of the movement. The breath lasts you till then. And we reach again. You rotate the leg on the socket so that you have a nice balance between the femoral head and the hip socket. That rotation gives you a good fit all the way around. So we're working both for length in the leg, but also stability in your core. Both are important, both are essential to get the full benefit of the exercise. So we're gonna come up to the top here, and we'll take the end of the band in your right hand. Left hand on left hip bone, press it down, spin a little bit to the left, dropping into the ground. And then we bring the right leg out to the side, an external rotation, and we'll rock it a little towards your shoulder and away. You want that left glute sinking into the mat. And then let's exhale, pull the leg up to the ceiling, switch hands, so that the left hand holds the strap. Extend the right arm out, look at that right hand, and then we'll cross the leg over, lifting the hip gradually, peeling off the mat, all the way up to, but not including this right shoulder blade. Stretch the leg long for the far wall, and then rotate it internally. Bend the knee if you need to. That'll lessen the load and also lessen the stretch. Now we unwind, we pull down from your left shoulder to your waist to the right glute, the leg lifts high. Give it another little tug, stretch your hamstring without overstraining the knee, and then fold the knee into your chest and the band slides off. Hug the leg in tight, as long as your knee can handle it, and then we slide the leg forward. So stretch it out, shake it out, feel the difference in the two legs, and then we get ready to do the left. So we'll take that band wide again and pull the left leg in. Band goes on the ball of the foot in the arch, and we lift the foot up high. Elbows are grounded and they reach down by your hip bones. And here with the leg as vertical as you can make it, we're going to point the foot and flex the foot, trying to work and find the differentiation between the toes and the balls of the feet. So I think reaching up with the ball of the foot and then pulling the toes over the band, curl the toes back towards the belly, and then lift the heel to the ceiling. So you should have that flexibility through the foot to articulate it here. Just do one more. And of course, remembering that when the heel goes up and the toes pull down, you want to anchor down through the glute on that side, through the sits bone, to get a bigger stretch. We end with a soft point, and now we circle. Inhale across the body. And then we start to anchor the right side down as the left leg moves out to the side and up to the sky. So find that stretch, that reach in the muscles on all dimensions, all sides of your leg. You're drawing a circle in the air that's 360 degrees. You want to feel the stretch in your body and the work in that leg 360 degrees around your leg. But sometimes people will feel that there's a little constriction in the joint. The more you push out into the strap, you can create a little bit more space in your body, and that will typically help. So all the way around and lift here. And let's do that once more. Remember, the pelvis is grounded, it's heavy no matter where the leg is in space. We come to the top and reverse. X-ray rotate. The left leg moves out to the left. You swipe it low, drag it across, lift it up high here. Keep reaching out into the band, let the band support you and give you more mobility. At the same time, giving you more challenge to keep the body, the torso, steady on the ground with your core. Anticipation helps. You know you're going to need more weight on the opposite side before the leg moves out as far as possible from center. And we'll complete with one more circle. Pivot here from your elbows and lift the leg up high. Now, you take hold of the band with the left hand. Right hand on the right hip bone. Bring the leg out to the side. Be sure your wrist is not an extension. You might want to flex the wrist before you take the load out all the way. And then rock the leg a little bit towards your shoulder and away. Keep trying to rotate that right pelvic half down to the mat. You get a bigger stretch to the inner thigh and across the front of the pelvis if you do that. Now exhale, we pull the leg up to the ceiling and then switch hands. Extend your left arm out, look out at your hand, and you spiral this body as you bring the leg across the other leg and way out to the wall. Pull the leg towards your shoulder, your armpit. And then last, we rotate it internally to increase the stretch across the glute and into the lower back. Exhale, come down diagonally, shoulder, waist, glute. Lift the leg, bring it higher, feel that stretch. And then pull the knee in, and the band is coming off to the side. You embrace the knee into your body, and then you stretch the leg forward. Shake out the legs again. And then just take a moment to notice the ease in your hip, the release and relaxation in your legs. Different body, feel like you have more release in your low back as well. So here, let's pull the right leg in, pull the left leg in, lift it up, and we go forward and not rolling the ball. You'll sit at the front third of your mat. You can take the ball between your thighs and hold on to your shins. Is your option to the back of your thighs. So hands onto the shin or wherever, elbows wide and forward to curl the tail up. You round the back. The elbows going forward and wide gives you a deeper curve in the upper spine. Inhale to inflate the body like a balloon, like a ball, and you roll to your shoulders only. Exhale, come back up to balance point. Keep your gaze fixed down on your belly as you do this. Right, you don't want to throw the head back because that would straighten up the spine. When your body's like a plank, when it's like a straight board, you don't roll very well, right? So when you lift the tail, keep the curve in your body, come forward, trying to bring your ears down between your knees. Remember, keep lifting the elbows and pulling them wide and out to your side. The breath is, you inhale to the tip of the blades, you exhale while you're still rolling back just a little more, and that exhale brings you forward. One last one. Massage out your body and work the right and left sides of your body equally to keep your body moving in a straight line on the mat. Now we can sit back a little further and we're grabbing hold of the right ankle with the right hand, the left hand below the knee on the shin. Lift that leg, pull the knee into your body and push the left leg out, pushing the shin up into your arms. We roll back to your upright curl for the first in the ab series. Single leg stretch. Inhale, we switch the legs. Outside hand to the ankle. Left hand to left ankle, exhale, switch again, right hand to right ankle. You're pulling yourself up with your arms, you're trying to find a deep curve through the shoulder, upper rib cage area. If this is challenging for you, you can definitely use a ball here at the upper back or the neck. So we reach one leg long, we pull the other one in tight. We'll do one more set. Ending with the left leg pulled in, and then bringing the right leg in to meet it. Go ahead, rest your head down, and lower your feet for a second. So if an upper ab curl is hard, and it is hard for all of us, right? You do have an option to practice this at home with a yoga mat or a towel. So you would come back, 6 inches or so from the end of your mat, grab hold of the mat, or you would hold onto a bath towel, and then you lift coming up, and let the towel or the mat support your body in that upper ab curl. So that way, if you're having trouble in this upper ab curl, you have a way to practice feeling that upper ab curl and strengthening the muscles that allow it. Okay, so now we're pulling both knees into the chest, hands to your shins. Lift your head back and chest. You pull with the arms to come to the lower rib cage, maybe the bra line. Pull the legs in tight, elbows wide. Now inhale, arms and legs lift to the sky. As you circle the arms wide, you embrace the knees into your body, looking down at your belly. So up with the legs, up with the fingertips, stretch your body, and then pull it all into a little ball. So you reach like your body's a hammock. You can take the hands further back and the legs further out as long as you don't drop out of your upper ab position. Reach here, you stretch. This is more load away from center than the previous exercise. Double leg stretch and circle, and the head rests down again. Lower your feet, open your arms out, rock your knees side to side. Now today, let's use the roller under your hips for scissors. So lay down and pick up your hip, take the roller across under your sacrum, hold the roller to position, bend your knees into your chest, left leg up to the sky, and then the right leg goes back over your shoulder, the left leg reaches forward. We inhale to switch and exhale to switch. Do that again. And one more. So this elevated hip gives you a chance for more hip opening, more lengthening through the muscles in your legs. And then also here, let's lift both legs up to the ceiling, double leg stretch. So this is a good option while you're building strength in your core. You can squeeze the legs together and then press the feet forward. Just watch that you don't get into a place where your back arches, and then you exhale, you pull the feet back across the ceiling and up to a more vertical position, or even over your head and shoulders, depending on your flexibility. So you reach it away, and then exhale, pull back. If you want to continue with that version, do so. If you want more core work, we're going to come off of the roller. And here, move into scissors and a double leg lift from your core. So you would come up to sitting here, and then roll back to your upright curl. Take both legs up with the scissors, one hand high on the ankle. This is only if you're off the roller. And then we would switch the legs and switch again. If you're staying on the roller, you can revert back to the scissors you were doing earlier here. And with this goal, you're trying not to lift and then fall back to the floor. You want to hold the position of your upper body as you move your legs. Now bring both legs up, hands support the back of your head. Pull the skull up as you look down, chin to chest. Elbows come in and down. Now this is much more load for your body because the body's flat on the mat. You stretch the legs forward. Notice where you feel the maximum work in your core without getting into your back. And then you drag the legs up across the sky. So you want to be careful with this, right? Remember, you've got a ton of weight here. Well, not a ton, but a third of your body will be connected to your low spine. As the legs go forward, feel that increasing weight. Work your abs harder to hold the pelvis steady. And then you drag the legs on up. We're doing one more, just like that. And exhale to lift. Bend your knees, lower yourself down. If you're on the roller, come off of it now. So it's good to have options depending on how your body feels, at the beginning of your practice or after a tough week or day. So here we're coming into your elbow to knee, the twist. So we'll pull the right knee into your chest, lift the left leg up to the ceiling, hands to the right shin, and then come to your upper curl. Pull down, bring your hands behind your head. Support the skull, and we're going to twist to the right, coming forward and up, and then twist to the left as you switch your legs. So you rock from one scapular tip to another. Try to hold the hips steady, and the legs shoot straight out of the socket from one side and then the other. The higher you can maintain the curve, right, the more you get a little massage across that upper back. We'd end with one more time, and with twisting to your left. Come back to center, lay it down, and then just extend the legs forward, extend the arms back. Stretch it out. Breathe deeply, inhale to stretch the abdominal wall, exhale to pull it tight. Now we're lifting up, do a roll up, lift your arms, lift your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, curve up, dive forward, stretch your head out towards your toes. And then, we all have a yoga block today. Let's sit on the yoga block. Because even if you're reasonably flexible, you'll still get a lot more stretch if you elevate your hips. So we're coming on up. To sit on the block and have your legs open, just a little wider than your hips. So stretching arms forward, parallel to the ground. Let you push down with your arms, lift up through your heart and lift up through your head. Look down, chin to chest. Let the head move the neck first before you move the shoulders, and then the head and neck move the upper back, the mid back, the low back. Move over, you can bend your knees, you can dive over low, probably a little lower than you did if you were sitting on the ground. And then press through your heels, sink through your tail and your sits bones, and stack your spine coming up, lifting your back up an imaginary wall. Your collarbones are wide here at the top. Look down and curve forward. Out, over, and down. Each vertebra pulls the one underneath it into the movement. You take a dive and you suck your waist back here. As you round and curve your body, taking a deep bow here, looking into your belly. Imagine the temples right between the knees. And then press through your legs and come all the way up. Can you feel that how elevating your hips gave you more mobility? and then look down and curve. Now, as you come forward, you don't want the shoulders to hunch, but you do want the blades to widen and then come around towards the front of your chest, because the ribs are broadening behind you and lifting into the space between your blades. And then as you come up, see if you can feel how the blades start to roll down your back as your chest lifts, and then they narrow in so they're parallel to the spine as you come all the way up. All right, we're going to come on off of this now. And now sit near the front of your mat again, open leg balance, and then off. So here, easier to take your hands behind the thighs. More advanced, the hands go between the legs and wrap around your ankles. So we pull the waist back, you tuck when you do that. You pick up the legs and you think upright curl, pressing the leg into the arm and the arm into the leg. So, yep, then we're going to relax the shoulders down. And let the right leg extend up. The hand rotates a little to the outside of the leg here. And then you slide the foot back down next to the other one. And here we go on the left. Your hand can slide down towards the calf, towards the knee, if that helps you straighten the leg. So we lift up, reach it high, shoulder relaxes, and then pull it back. We're testing our balance skills here and increasing them, improving them every time we do this. Okay, both legs, they both go up, and then they both come down. So lift the legs, keep it narrow if you can, just the width of your shoulders, and then bring it back down. One more, we're gonna lift, hold it there and roll. If you want the earlier version that we did rolling like a ball, you can do that with your knees bent. Look into your belly, curl the tail up, we roll back to the shoulder blades, balance on the shoulders, exhale, come up to balance. The first one's always hard, I know, right? I'm always like, breathe a little harder on the lip. And again, lift your tail, roll back to the shoulders, but it's off, exhale forward and up. And if you feel like you're falling, just pull your waist back or allow yourself to fall and start again. So we go back again here, roll, and exhale. Oops, I didn't have enough energy up. Too much talking, not enough moving. One more time. So roll back, exhale forward, and then you fold the legs down. Nice work. Just open the knees back here between the legs. Get a little stretch there for your inner thighs. Stack the spine up. And now roll down onto our backs for corkscrew. So bring the arms forward, articulate down with the spine, work your core on the way down. As you advance the Pilates, every movement counts, so that we have the exercises, but we also have transitions between the exercises. We're going to use the TheraBand, pulling both knees in, and then taking the band around both feet, and then lifting the feet up to the ceiling. Anchor your elbows into the side bar of your waist. Bend your knees if you need to for really vertical length. You want the arches of the feet over the pelvic floor. Now, flexing the foot, again, will give you more stretch in the back line, but for the movement, we want to have a self point. Here, we're going to circle the legs over to the right, forward and around, over to the left, and back up to the ceiling. So the circle should be small enough that you can feel that you're keeping your pelvis grounded. The weight will shift a little bit from side to side and around the edges of your sacrum. But you're not doing a big swing yet, right? That comes after you have more control in your core. And let's do that left to right. The question is, yes, how do I get more control, right? So here's what we're doing. Choke up on the band a bit. You're going to choose to take the legs over to the right and allow your left hip to lift. See how far you can go and maintain that stability there. So you're really pushing into your arms. And now exhale, pick up that right hip. Pull the body across, lifting the right hip and bring the legs as far over onto the left as you can do without falling. You're going to press the legs together, get some support from the bottom leg into the top, and then exhale, coming back. So you feel that work in your obliques? We're looking for that. Tip it over. Go a little further maybe than you did last time. Exhale, pull it back. Your arms should be really working hard as a kickstand for this action. You may find that you can turn your head away from the action of your legs in order to support yourself, keep your balance. Exhale, pull back. Right. So when you can do a circle fully without an amount of control, then you can go larger, right? So here we're pulling the knees into the chest, and we're coming up to sit on those blocks for socks. Go up. And the legs extend out. It's a little wider than your mat. Sit upright here, and the arms extend out long, slightly in front of your chest. Rotate to the right side, over and down. Back of the hand slides along the outside of the leg, so that the reaches up and high behind to give yourself more rotation. Pull yourself around and press in front of your left hand into the right leg. Come upright and unwind here, and then spin in the other direction. So we dive over and reach out long. The arms stretch in opposite directions here. See if you can pull your left shoulder blade around towards the right one behind you, and look up and back at the place where you think your hand is. Coming all the way up, center, and spiral again. Over and down, reach up long. Curve your spine more, and get a little more rotation. Lift to come up, center here. Now you probably noticed, again, that you've got more mobility in your body once you elevated your hips off the ground. At least if you have any tightness in the back line of your legs, which most of us do. And we're going over again here. Give yourself a spiral, extra weight in the opposite hip from the way you're rotating. Coming up, head high, heart high, and one more time. Dive and stretch. Come upright, trying to keep the wrists flat across the top, and then lower down for coming up. Let's come up to standing for our standing swans. All right, so here, we're thinking about keeping the belly sort of flat and elongating it, and then only coming up and waterfalling over our bra line behind us, over the back of the upper thoracic spine. So bring your hands to your abs, above the pubic bone, below the navel, press in, and then we're sliding the flesh up. Try to lift the navel a little bit, come up, keep lifting the belly, flip the palms up as you come to the base of your ribs. And you're rib by rib, you're pulling them up, and now start to pick up your chest and let your gaze go up to the ceiling. The hands go up the sternum to the collarbones. You bring the hands across the collarbones to the shoulder. Pull the elbows back down and behind you. Feel like you're squeezing the blades together behind your spine. And you can, if you want, you can move it back a little further. You still have equal weight in the front and back of your feet. And then exhale, release out of it. And let the arms fall. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out slowly. See, that's probably the deepest breath we've taken today, right? So here we go again. So hands down low. Remember, we're not going to push the belly forward to go back. We don't want this because that compresses. We're trying to keep the spine in its natural curves as you start the movement. Come up, up, up. Lift the rib cage. Lift the chest. And now you start to pull backwards with the scapula over the bra line. Your hands slide up your sternum to the collarbones. Out across to the top of the shoulder blades. The elbows drop in and behind you. Hug the elbows together towards your tail. Heart goes high. And then we exhale out of it, zip it from the bottom to the top. So when you're all the way back in, you don't want to pull your hip forward because it's going to feel really awkward to bring the body up in that direction. One last one. Okay. Hands again to your abdominal wall. And we press in and we pull up. Start to elongate the front of the body. Think someone's squeezing the tube piece, which is you, out of the tube. Up, you go up to the top, hands to the sternum, hands to the collarbones, elbows wide, drop them down and back. The chest is going to broaden and lift, the back's going to narrow and sink. Your head can hang back as much as is comfortable for your neck. Don't worry about your neighbor, which you probably can't see them anyway, right? And then exhale, let's release that. Right. And then just shrug your shoulders a little bit. Bounce them up and down. Feel good? You feel lifted? Postures look amazing. Good job. All right. So now onto our stomachs here. We'll do an exercise called single leg kick. as you flatten out onto your abs, we're going to be propped up on our elbows, right? You can make fists and push them into the ground. Now first, before you really think you're going up, go forward with the chest and up with the heart and then up with the eyes. You want to feel that you're grounded through the pubic bone and you're stretching the abdominal wall. Can you feel that stretch in your skin and your muscles? Yeah? Good. From here, keep the right heel in. 1, 2, and down on the left. 1, 2, and down on the right. Double beat. But you have to keep working these arms. Push them down, pull them back. If you're trying to push them out towards the far side of the room, under your knees and behind you. Every beat, you should feel a little bit of stretch in your quad. And also a little stretch across the front of the hips. And we open them with earlier exercises and stretches, but you still feel that stretch with the double pulse. And with the left in. And then we're going to sit back in the child's pose. Front your back foot. Hang your head down low. And stack your spine coming up. We're going back to sit on the walk for spine twist. Right, so the legs are together. Try to lift up and see if you can feel that little arch in your waistline here. So you're right on your sits bones. The knees might be bent for you to do that. Straight if you can. And then the arms come forward and a little in front of the collarbones. Push the arms down and go up through your heart and up through your head. And let's rotate to the right. Smile here. Pulse 1, 2, 3. Lift to center. On the rotation, the body melts just slightly. You don't collapse, but you soften. And you lift to come up and again to the right. Spiral around. Eyes back behind the hands. And then as we twist to the left, watch that your right arm doesn't come forward like at 90 degrees, right? We're really thinking that we're rotating through the waist. We're not just swinging the arms around to move that torso. Come back to center. And everyone pause at the center. Bring your hands on top of your head. Lift your head up. This is your tallest point. Try to feel that length and elongation through your neck and the rest of your spine. Now we're going to rotate to the right and sink a little bit softly around your axis. 3 pulses. Come back tall to center. And then to the left. 1, 2, 3. Center. To the right. See if you can feel that this is your oblique muscles and the muscles in your back working to pull you around, and it's not the arm swinging your body in rotation. Yes? Do it to the right. 3 pulses. Center and then to the left. Pulse and 2 and 3 back to center. Now get the same feeling in your abs as you extend the arms. 1 set here. Pulse to the right. Work from your core. Lift to center and now from your obliques again. Nice job. Come back to center and lower the arms. Good. It's very easy to just let the arms swing around, right? But a lot of times that becomes more like work in your arms and less about work for your ribcage. So, but you all are becoming more professional Pilates people every day. So I make no difference. All right. Now here, we're going to look at going into a shoulder stand if you want to. If you don't want to do that, you can do a shoulder bridge instead, where you lay on your back. We're all going to do 1 shoulder bridge, and then you can continue doing that, or you can take the side route into the shoulder stand. So here's a bridge. So you're going to lay down. If you have a ball, you might want to take it between your thighs for this, just to keep the work out of the hamstrings and more into the inner thighs, arms lengthened your side. Begin with the pelvic tuck, round the low back, pull the heels back and knees forward, coming up into your bridge. Push down through the arms, push down through the top of the shoulders. And then to come out of it, you roll to the inner arm and soften your back. You sink down. 1 vertebra at a time, working from the top of the shoulders all the way down to your tailbone. Just keep looking up and slightly back at the ceiling while you do this. Yep. And you can also just do a pelvic tuck and an arch if your body wants something that's a little easier. If you're doing the jackknife, is anyone doing it? Okay. So you do have an option. If it's not something you normally do, you can do it with a roller across under your sacrum to elevate your hips, or even the yoga block, right? If you're doing it here, this is how we start. And you're welcome to watch, or you can do the shoulder blocks, right? or sorry, shoulder bridge. So the arm at your side, we're going to pull the knees into the chest, squeeze them together, and lift the legs up towards the ceiling. Look, you have to keep looking up at the sky. Do not turn your head when you elevate your spine like this. You reach your legs forward a bit. You're going to throw them back and over. Push through your arms, lift your butt in the air. You start by bringing the legs low. And then you can lift the legs, jackknife them down, and then press through your arms, lower the legs towards your chest, articulate the spine down to come down with control without falling. And we'll do one more. I'm going to demo one more, but I'm going to come around and see if I can help anybody. If anyone needs it. If you don't need me, don't worry about it. So legs together, push down, lift up. There's your exhale to bring your butt in the air. The legs start low, then they lift. So you work into your glutes. You are not looking towards your belly. You're looking up and back at the ceiling. Lower the feet. And you can bend the knees if you need to, but press through your hands. Slow the descent to the ground. Okay. And then again, push off. It's an inhale to start the movement, and exhale to lift the hips. And then bring it down. Got it. Good. And down to the time. Good. You would do this, but we're choosing to do it or not. So one more if you want it. I would finish up the reps of whatever exercise you're doing. Maybe an exercise is just breathing. That's all right. Okay. So now here, we're going to skip the side kicks today because, of course, we have to pick and choose. So let's now go into our mermaid or side bend here. So go nice. So you can sit with your legs off to one side, and the legs can be stacked more like mine, like maybe this way, if you've got enough flexibility in your side seat to do that, or they could be anywhere from that to this. And in fact, if that's hard for you, you can even do a mermaid with your legs extended in front of you. So there's lots of different options. And so here we go. So you'll take your same side hand to the shin, lift the other side up in the air, side bend over the side where your feet are. Lift to come up, the arms reach out, bring your hand to the ground and slide out onto your elbow. You drop your head to open the rib cage and let the head hang towards the ground. Press through your arm, pull yourself up, and then we scoop over. You can pull with one arm and let the other arm give you the weight and the energy to reach over and down. At the same time, pull down through this hip. Keep yourself grounded through the pelvic girdle. Lift to come up, arms reach out, and go over and down again. Skate on down, the elbow presses in so the waist can rise. And then you lift to pull from the obliques and take it over again. If you want a little bit more load, the arms can start high, and then you try to lift your head up between your fingertips. One arm comes down, go out and over. Up. The sooner the arm lifts off the ground, the more you have to get the work in your sideline. Take it over, breathe here. So whichever way you want to go, we're just taking over and then moving into rotation. So first your side bend stretch. The arm lifts up, you look at the hand and reach it behind you. Scoop the arm around, thread the needle underneath your armpit, pull it out forward, and then reach back, open your chest. And forward and around again. Open and reach back. Either go into wrist extension and let the fingers open wide to stretch your palm, coming around like this, and back to extension. Lift the arm to the ceiling, side bend here. Drop down to that same side sits bone and then pull up. And here, over we go. Lift upright, pull that elbow out to your side, And now we thread through this way. Circle and reach back and expand the chest. Cup the palm, coming around and in. Take it out and back. Look back at your hand as you flare it open. Cup the palm again, like you're holding a softball in your hand. And then reach back. We'll come center and lower the hands to switch the legs. And you might make a different choice on each side, right? So we're lifting the arm up, pulling with the hand to the shin, and side bending over, dive this way. Coming up, arms extend or lift, you choose. Hand here, glide out, rounding the waist up and away from the floor. Push down to come up, and then side bend over. Spread the ribs on that side. That'll help open up your lungs. And then we come upright again. Over and down to your elbow. Lift the waist, drop the head, side bend through your neck. Pull up. And flow again. Up right here. And down, take it over. We do one more like this. Drop down through that sits bone to help you lift the body, and then side bend towards your foot. Come upright, and now one more side bend. And then lift the arm, reach it behind you, look for your fingertips, scoop the air, twist through for the needle, and then unwind it, reach back and behind you. And again, rotate through here for the scapular move on your back, and the spine rotate. Reach it back behind you again, cup the palm, come through. One last time, up into extension. Bring the arm up, now your side bend. Here, and side bend towards your foot, towards your shin. Coming up, elbow goes wide, you lift the arm, you sit up tall. And then we circle through this open space. And then reach back and open the chest. So now as you curve through the needle, the shoulder blades pull apart. And then feel the blades knit together as you reach back and open the chest here across the front of your hands. One more, exhale into that rounded position, the tighter position, and inhale into the opening. We'll come back and lower the hands. We're doing one more rolling exercise to end. This is seal. So we sit in the front edge. You've already done the rolling like a ball and the open leg rocker. This one involves a little bit of clapping with the legs, pulling them apart and together. So let's first take your hands together, take them between your knees, and then wrap your hands around your ankles. So you reach from underneath. And here, let's just roll back, balance on your sacrum. And I want you to open and close the legs, not by moving through your feet, but literally by opening the knees and closing them. Feel that difference, right? Tap with your feet first, and then again, open the knees, close. Like that's what you want to think about moving from closer to center. So we clap 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now we're just going to roll back and come right back up and clap 3 times here. So roll back, balance put on the shoulders, come forward, exhale, and clap 1, 2, 3. Now we roll back again, same thing. Chin down, take the chin, lift, come back and tap, 2, 3. Now we're going to roll back, try to suspend for a second by lifting the butt in the air when you're on your shoulders and at least clap once. And let's do that. So suck your waist back, go back, clap once, come forward 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Lift out your belly, go back and clap once. When the butt's in the air. 1, clap, forward, clap, 2, 3. Now we have the chance. You can repeat that, or you can clap twice with your hips in the air, or try to. Right? So here we go. We're rolling back. Lift the air. 1, 2, forward. 1, 2, 3. Now we're clapping the edges of the feet. You're not clapping the soles of the feet, right? We do that with applause at the end for us. But here we go. We'll clap 1, 2, and roll back. 1, 2, roll forward. 1, 2, roll back. 1, 2, go 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 forward. 1, 2, roll back. 1, Try 1, 2, 3. Give it your best shot. Right there. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes it's quick. And then 1, 2, 3. All right. That's the game. So, and that's the game for us for today. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. So sorry I missed yesterday. I hope it wasn't an inconvenience for anybody. Just remember, if I'm not here, you can look it up on Swampmore Wellness and Recreation YouTube and take your own class.